And then at some point in time, she may get it. She may catch on. She'll say, oh, I guess he doesn't like this channel. That's okay. We can watch something else. She's the TV. What she's talking about is the channel. I hope you're catching this. See? And I'll look into her eyes. I will penetrate her soul through her eyes. I will penetrate her soul through her eyes so much she will think that it's foreplay. Hey, how's it going? This is Augustus with Ask a Wise Guy, and I'm about to get wise with you. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that I believe that many people have forgotten completely. They've either forgotten it or they've just chose to ignore this matter and everything else that comes with it. It's almost as if people don't understand that this type of person exists. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is the man and his dealings with women. The man and his dealings with women. Now, the first thing I'm going to put out there, no discussion, no if, ands, or buts about it. A real man understands who his God is. All right. If anyone calls themselves a real man and they don't understand who their creator is, they're only going to understand a degree of being a creation. They're only going to understand a degree about being a creation if they don't understand the creator. All right. That's why you have a lot of confused people today. They don't know who their God is. You can look at nations and you can tell that certain nations are confused because they don't know who their God is. See? And I didn't say that a real man knows who the God is or knows who the God is. No. I said a real man knows who his God is. All right, if you have your Bibles ready, turn to Job 1. If you can't tell by now, this one's going to be a doozy. And today I'm really going to get in a lot of people's faces about this today. You know, I'm really, because I'm not playing with this one. This one is very serious. This is something that needs to be addressed. And it's very sad that this has been forgotten throughout society. You know, we have leaders that think that they can ignore these things. People that honestly don't even care. All right, Job 1. There was a man in the land of Ur whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil, or he hated evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses or female donkeys, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East. All right. So in lay terms, this man was rich. He wanted for nothing. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, this is powerful, catch this. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. Okay. I want to point out some things about this passage. If you go to your average church, they'll teach this, and they'll put Job into the ground with this. They'll put him into the ground with this, and they will say that Job was in fear for his kids. They will say that out of fear he did this, and that caused them to sin. I'm sorry, I've never seen anyone be in fear over me, and their fear caused me to make a decision. That's just me. I don't know if any of you listening, your lives are based on other people's fear, and you just automatically make decisions because someone else fears it happening to you. It doesn't work that way. See, and if you pay attention to to the beginning, if a lot of these ministers paid attention to the beginning of this whole passage, it said that Job was perfect and upright, and one that feared God. See, and if you go further, you'll see that many of the other nations, they didn't live like this. Most other people in his own nation, Job's own nation, they didn't fear God. They didn't live like this. So Job wasn't making a speculation when he made those sacrifices for his kids, for his sons, for his daughters. He knew what was going on. See, and this is not an act of fear. What I want to point out is that Job was a real man. This was a real man. Not only did this man know who his God was, but he knew that his sons and daughters might not have been acting properly. So as a man, he woke up early in the morning. He didn't worry about it. He didn't cry about it. He made sacrifices to the Lord about it. That's what a real man does. We watch these movies today and we see somebody fight an army. One man take down an army by himself. And we say, yeah, that's a man. He comes home, he gets wasted on a bottle of alcohol. He comes home to a woman that he just met. That's not a real man. Taking down that army doesn't make you a man. It makes you a soldier, but it doesn't make you a man. See, you could be an animal and become a hero. It's not just about being a hero. It's about being a man. You could be an animal and become a hero. Look at Leonidas. Look at the 300 Spartans. Look at that. And this is a big deal here. Job was a man. I'm going to take you to one more passage, Matthew 5. There's a lot of guys out there that they call themselves men. We're going to put that to the test today. Matthew 5:27. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time. This is Jesus talking. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Verse 28. But I say unto thee that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. If thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. This is a big deal here. This is a big deal. This is Jesus telling people to cut members off from their body. Because this thing is so serious. It's serious. And he's not, this isn't expected from a little boy, from a grown boy that thinks that he's a man. He sees a beautiful woman, he loses his mind, he wants her, he can't contain himself, he has to do everything that he could to get this girl's attention. That's not a man. but somehow we think that this is the man. This guy, he has issues. He releases his issues by going to sleep to a different woman every night. That's not a man. That's a young boy that has experienced what sex feels like. That's not a man. What Jesus is talking about here is a man. He expects the males that he's speaking to be men concerning this thing. If you look at a woman, don't lust after her. That's what David did with Bathsheba. He lusted after her. See, there's countries where there's real men there. There's countries where women, they go to the beach topless and there's nothing. And the men, they see the beautiful women, but they don't lust after them. You can't even have a topless beach in this country today without people losing their minds. Why? Because these males aren't real men. There's a lot of cats out there that aren't real men. They don't carry themselves that way. You can see it in their stride. And I'll put it like this: a real man, manhood isn't your stride, it's a position. Your manhood, what makes you a man, isn't how you look. It's your position. You might want to write that down. It's not enough to get the girl. Can you keep the girl? This is big. Ladies, do you know Cleopatra? I do. And I could bet you $100 that I could see her in you too. See, in the Return of Cleopatra, we're going to cover everything that you need to know in order to bring out that Cleopatra. See, what most don't know about Cleopatra is that she was the only queen that came from Greece, was a queen in Egypt and Rome. She was sexy, smart, and let's not forget, royal. See, most women today don't believe that they deserve to be treated like a queen. Some believe that they deserve more, and some simply just want something new. But in Cleopatra, we're going to figure out exactly what it is that you're looking for and how to get it. So make sure you subscribe and click on that beautiful yellow bell so that you know the second I drop something new. Can't wait to see you there. And we know these cats all day. Some of us are these cats. See, and you go out, you see a lot of beautiful women. You may work at a workplace where there's a lot of beautiful women around you. Some of them may be coming at you, some of them may not. But you have a wife at home. And you can't get these women out of your mind. Why? Because you don't care about your wife. If your wife comes home from work and she's talking to you, she's telling you about her day, and you're yeah, oh, that's cool, oh yeah, all right, yeah, and you're just responding to her. See, in the beginning of the marriage, when she sees that, she gives you a chance. She gives you many chances. Women are long-suffering. They're so long-suffering that they'll smile at you while they're giving you a chance to redeem yourself. This goes on for years. They'll give you years to redeem yourself. Because in her mind, she's saying, well, he made these vows to me. He said that he'll die for me. He said that he'll put it all on the line for me. So I think deep down inside, he does care about me. But if she's talking to you and you're not listening to her, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking before she comes to a conclusion that he doesn't care about me. He cares about my body. The only time he comes to me and pays attention to me is when he wants something, and it gets repetitive for her. You wonder why women get bored when it comes to the things that we want from them. You wonder why they get bored so quickly. This is real. See. This girl, she's telling you, she's giving you her heart. She's talking to you every day, giving you a chance to listen to her, giving you a chance to prove that you care about her. And you're not listening. And then she'll try, she's giving you another chance. She'll say, do you want to know how such and such happened? Do you want to hear how such and such happened? To yourself, you're saying, oh my goodness, she's still going? Man, this girl could talk. If I would have knew that she could talk this much, I would have married her. But she's giving you a chance. What you can't see is listening to her is a form of foreplay. You don't get that though. You don't understand that. When I get married, this is how it's gonna go down. My wife, she comes home from work, she talks to me. I'm not gonna be sitting on the couch watching TV, flicking the channel. She is the TV. What she's talking about are the channels. If I don't like the channel, I can just change it on her, change the subject on her, and she'll go right with it. Why? Because we're talking. And then at some point in time, she may get it. She may catch on. She'll say, oh, I guess he doesn't like this channel. That's okay. We can watch something else. She's the TV. What she's talking about is the channel. I hope you're catching this. See? And I'll look into her eyes. I will penetrate her soul through her eyes. I will penetrate her soul through her eyes so much she will think that it's foreplay. A lot of you cats ain't doing this, but you call yourselves real men. And then you wonder why she don't want to give you what you want at night. You think my wife won't please me every night? If I approach her like that, if I treat her that way? You think I'm not gonna get what I want every night? See, this is big. This is real wisdom. But it's not mine, it's God's. This doesn't come from studies. He gives it to you. That's why a real man knows who his God is. A real man knows who his God is. So those of you that are in different belief systems, if you, whatever God you worship, if it's Zeus, if it's Krishna, if it's whatever, you worship a God, you ask them for something and they don't answer back, or they answer back, but they betray you, they stab you in the back, you need a new God. How many of you have a God that died for you? It tells you how much He loves you. How many of you have a God that wants you to be like Him? This is real. A real man knows who his God is. And a real man nurtures his woman. A real man knows how to treat his woman like a queen. Because a real man understands that he's a king. See, this is big. You see the players and the pimps and the bad boys, the ladies' man, gigolo, whatever term you want to use. They don't understand this. They don't understand any bit of this. They have their fun with all the women that they want. But when they find that woman that they need, that woman that's going to help them expand their empire, the woman that's going to help them get to the next plateau. I was so disappointed when I was watching Suits. And I seen how Harvey, how he approached Donna, how he had his heart to heart with her, how he because he got all the girls that he wants, but the one that he needs, he doesn't know how to make it happen. Not a real man. I'm sorry, I know I'm stepping on toes, but that's what we need. That's what we need. We don't need lies anymore. We don't need someone to sweep stuff under the rug. You sweep enough stuff under the rug, you'll end up under it. This is real. Job was not a young man. He was not a grown boy. He was a man. Jesus was not talking about a young boy. He's talking about a man. Jesus was 12 years old in the forum, asking questions to doctors, answering questions to doctors, impressing these doctors at 12, making them scratch their heads on things. His mother said, "We've been looking for you all day." He said, "Do you know not that I must be about my Father's business?" No, I'm not talking about Joseph. I love you, Joseph. But I'm talking about God, my Father. I gotta be about His business. 12 years old talking like that was a man. Haven't even hit puberty yet. but he's being a man. This is real. See, a lot of cats, they're scared to do certain things. They're scared to act a certain way. They're scared to nurture their wives because the way they were taught and the way that they were raised, men don't do that. That's not masculine. See, I'm not married yet, but I'm going for an African woman. All right? And if you know anything about African folks, they when they say something, they mean it. So if I have a woman, right, my wife, and she demands to me, she says, make me a sandwich. I'm not gonna say, whoa, wait up, hold up, I'm the man, hold up, that's what you're supposed to do for me. Hey, I'm not gonna do that crap. I'm not gonna do that crap. I'm gonna look her in her eyes, I'm gonna walk over to her, I'm gonna prop her up on my shoulders, walk her to the kitchen, set her down on the counter. I'm gonna make that sandwich for her. I'm gonna look her in her eyes as I'm making it for her. I'm gonna grab her hand, kiss her, as I'm making the sandwich for her. I'm gonna look her in her eyes, cut those tomatoes up, and I'm gonna call it the no look and cut, or the cut and no look. Tell her, if you see some red on this cutting board, that's just ketchup, but it's for you. See, they don't teach us this in school. They don't teach us this in church. They try to, but a lot of our ministers, they're learning themselves. And many of them, they're getting older, so they're getting nicer, so they don't know how to get in there the way that they used to. They're getting tired of the publicity, they're getting tired of the criticism. They just want to keep things moving afloat. But that Moses generation is coming to an end. We need some Joshuas out there. We need those Joshuas to stand up. If you're a PK, if you're a preacher's kid, and you have a Moses type father, you have a father that has done great things in his ministry, and he's asking you to rise up. Stop trying to be Moses. Be Joshua in that. See? You gotta understand what's at stake here. Because Moses seen the Lord face to face, but he couldn't enter into the promised land. Joshua went into the promised land. Moses couldn't hurt a fly. He wouldn't hurt a fly. But Joseph bathed in blood every day. Joshua. Joshua bathed in blood every day. He was a fighter. He was a soldier. Moses was labeled the most humble man of all humanity in his time. But Joshua had the name that the Son of God, Jesus, his name derived from, is different. Is different. And that's a message to the PKs, to the preacher's kids. Be a man. If you're from a different religion, you ain't got to turn the channel. You don't have to change the video. Because this applies to you too. Be a man. Just be a man. When you treat your woman with this kind of confidence, you can't make mistakes. I have the confidence to say I could be in a room full of beautiful models, and they could all be nude. If I have my wife, if I'm married, and I'm in a situation like that, a room full of nude women, I won't be tempted. Why? I didn't even say that I won't even fall into temptation. I said I won't even be tempted. Why? Because I know who I am. I'm a man. I'm a man of God. My faith isn't in me. It's in my God. Plus, I have no doubt that my wife will supply that for me. She'll be in my corner. She'll help me out. No doubt in my mind. None. Because I'm a real man in that home. If you're not a real man in your home, of course you're going to be tempted by other women. And see, I could say that. Me, I live the life of a saint. I live a life where I'm not in the streets like that. I haven't slept with numerous women. See? And I could be around a room full of model, beautiful, nude women, not be tempted. But you have a player, a bad boy, that takes a different woman home every other night, and he can't control himself if he sees a beautiful woman wearing leggings. Why is that? Is it because he's a taker and I'm not? Get out of here with that. Miss me with that. And see, now cats like myself gotta humble ourselves when we do business with cats that think that thinks that the world owes them. See? Now I gotta shake your hand. You done slept with everybody. And I gotta shake your hand. I don't wanna shake that hand. I don't trust that hand. You gotta dip those hands in water for at least a month straight. I don't trust those hands. See? And now I gotta do business with you. If I had a sister, I couldn't trust you with my sister, but I'm supposed to trust you with my company, my life's work. I gotta trust you with it. Because everybody's doing it. It's the norm. But see, here we go, fellas. If you live your life like this, like a real man, you'll have the advantage regardless. Because the norm is silly. The norm is stupid. This is the norm ain't living like this. The norm wants to be Jason Statham so bad. They want to be the Rock so bad. They want to sleep with numerous women so bad. They want to have that lifestyle so bad. See, if you're a real man, you already have the advantage. All you gotta do is just identify, and bam, you got it. You got the advantage.